Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday morning yoga class on November 4th, 2025. In case you're catching this on recording and you're curious what time of year it is. Otherwise, you know what day it is. So no announcements. So let's just jump right in. Today we're going to do a class with some back bending and we'll see what else comes up. That being said, let us start as we do almost every single class. I won't say always because you never know. But we settle in and we create a little space to arrive to this moment and reflect why we are here. So get yourself comfortable. Take a big sigh. Let your eyes close if that's comfortable. And arrive in this moment. This moment that you've set aside for your practice. And maybe see if there's any other intention you come to practice with today. And letting that sink in. And then begin to follow the breath. The simple act of noticing what is. Whether that's bodily sensations or the breath. They're all here to remind you that this moment is all that is real. And as the mind wanders and bubbles thoughts, just keep coming back again and again to this moment. I think the poem today is perfect. It's called This Breath. The senses are such extroverts, always seeking, always vigilant. Invite them to rest in your center and focus inside for a while. Gather your wandering thoughts the way a shepherd might search for lost sheep and bring them home. Breathe in peace and breathe out peace. The flow of breath connecting to your essence. Whether you feel distracted or serene, the peace that passes understanding is right here, in the midst of your experience. Rest for a time. You're only tasked to witness what it is to be alive. This breath, this streaming energy, this precious present moment opening wide. Allowing those words to sink in. And then we'll come to our practice with those three breaths as we begin. We inhale. And exhale. We inhale. And exhale. we begin our practice by opening our eyes, and on the inhale, we reach our arms to the sky, and on the exhale, we let them come down. Starting again and again, combining breath and movement. So simple. This time, as we bring our hands up on the in-breath, let our fingers interlace and we turn those palms to the sky as we stretch and open those shoulders. You can wiggle here, rock side to side, sway, rocks front to back, stretch out through the palms, engage the neck. And one more stretch, and then let those hands come back down. Bring your hands to your knees, and then we're going to shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and then reach them back, drop them down, scoop them forward, and up to the ears. So we're making some nice shoulder circles. And then the opposite way, squeeze those shoulder blades together, squeeze like there's a pencil between your shoulder blades, pull them up and forward and drop. So that squeeze up and around, squeeze, feeling those back muscles engage, and come back to neutral. Let's do that spinal undulation right here. In a seated position, we often do it on all fours. See if you can move that tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, all the way to the crown of the head. Well done. Go ahead and slide the hands forward and roll over your knees, and we'll find all fours. Palms under shoulders, knees under hips. Stay with that spinal undulation. Here with more spinal movement as we balance on knees and palms. Press the feet, tops of the feet firmly into the mat. And then let's drop the belly and lift the nose and tailbone up and around the back, looking back as far as you can. At thighs, maybe even you can look at your belly button. Sniff and look up, round and look back. Finding your rhythm here. Cats and cows, so familiar, but should feel so good. Pause in neutral. Reach the right foot back, the left hand forward. So we're here, right here, balancing, engaging core muscles, and feeling our strength. From here, let's reach that left hand out and bring the right foot out to the opposite side. And you can hold here if you need to just touch that foot down, go ahead. Lift it a little higher if possible. Reach it back. And then set it down and wiggle. Maybe some verbalization with some ahs and oohs. Left foot back, right hand forward. Stillness. Strength. And then right hand out to the side. And left foot out to the opposite side. Keeping the toes pointing forward, foot is flexed. Keep lifting that left ankle up, up, up. And stretch it back out. And give it a wiggle. hand, right hand forward. And then see if you can reach right hand to right foot. So it might feel a little awkward. See if you first can keep hips level and then rotate and stack the hips so that your chest turns to the side wall and you keep pushing the top of the foot into the hand. Rotate back. Ooh, lots of balancing. Release and set it down. And be okay being imperfectly perfect. Let's try the opposite side. This is a difficult way to balance, especially when we're trying to keep those hips level here. Left hand out, left foot out. Bend the left knee, reach the hand back. And then once you have that, then rotate and stack the hips and turn the chest to the side wall. Slowly turning it back. Whoop. Reaching it out. Setting it down and wiggling. Okay, one more. Left foot back, right hand forward, and then bend left foot and connect right. This feels much more balanced. Go ahead and look forward, chest reaches forward, palm pushes into the mat, and foot into fingertips. Toes to the sky. And set it down. And wiggle that back. One more. Side. Our right foot back, left hand forward. Bend the right foot and reach the left hand back and see if they connect. Again, feeling the balance now. Heart forward, eyes gaze forward. Push into that foot. Push into the fingertips with the foot. That's actually what's going on. And stretch it out. And then let's come into cat, so we really can feel the stretch there. And then reach those hips back for child. Spread the knees slightly apart. Walk the fingertips a little further forward. Now we're going to alternate, shift hips forward, toes pick up for swan as we lift our heart and toes to the sky, and then back to child. Hips back to heels, forehead to the floor. Go ahead and you rock between these two. Hips forward, toes up, chest up. Swan to child. Last one. And meet me in child pose. Let's come on up to all fours again. Move the knees back under hips. And let's go ahead and tuck those toes and come in to our first downward dog. Come up on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, belly to thighs, tailbone reaches toward the sky, head drops between the upper arms, and then push the back of the legs toward the back wall as your heels reach for that mat. Spread all 10 toes, eyes gaze back, and once you get situated, feel the strength of that pose. Maybe some deep sighs, maybe even raspberry lips. Or lion's breath. whatever feels right. 3 more breaths. And then we're going to look up between those thumbs and walk our feet to the skies. Familiar practice. Belly to thighs, drop the head. The familiar flow. Forward fold. Again, bend the knees a little, belly to thighs, drop the head, and then bend and stretch. You can wrap your arms around the back of your legs. See where you're at. And then let's inhale halfway, reach that heart forward, hands back, and drop the hands back to forward fold. And then let's come all the way up, fingertips touch, or through the neck center, hands drop, crown of the head lifts. Inhale, both hands up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, exhale, walk or step back to our first plank. So we're going to begin to move through some sun salutations as usual. Our next move is chaturanga. Elbows pull in as we slowly lower, releasing the tops of the feet, lifting with the chest for cobra. Lowering back down and coming back to downward dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, jump to that spot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, back to mountain pose, hands by the side. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk, step, or jump back. Chaturanga, you decide if it's cobra or up dog this time. Lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. One big sigh here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to the side. Inhale, look up, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk or step, jump back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Feeling our strength. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Lower the hips and reach the hands up and meet me in chair. Here in chair, let's do Kalabasa breath. I think I just said that wrong. I think that's a squash. The breathing where you go. So we're breathing in and out quickly through our nose in chair, so our belly will just naturally pump. So it's quick, short out breaths. Out, 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 out. And then from there, back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk, step, or jump back. Lower down. Up dog to down dog. Inhale, right foot to the sky. Bend the right knee to open that hip. Enjoy that stretch. Then take it back to three-legged dog, squaring off the hips and pushing that heel straight back. Then we're going to bring that right foot to the top of the mat between the hands, finding ourselves in high lunge. Cactus the arms. Drop the hands, open the heart, and forward fold. humble high lunge. Come back up, hands up, and hands down. Step back, or down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Bend the left knee, open that hip, let that hang there for a few breaths. Enjoying that opening. Square it back off. Kick up that heel. Toes point down. Holding here. Then swing that left foot to the top of the mat and meet me in high lunge. Lower the hips. Cactus the arms. Drop the hands behind the back and open the heart. And bow down. So there's a lot of balancing going on here. If that's too much, you can always put that heel down. Come on back up. Hands up. Hands down. Step back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, hips back. Chair pose, and let's do our breath. Those quick, rapid exhales. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. Back, chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. This time, our right foot to the sky, and bend the right knee, open the hip. Back to three-legged dog. Right foot top of the mat. This time we turn the left heel down, and we come up for warrior one. Very similar, just with the heel down. Cactus the arms, drop the hands, open the heart, bow down. Right shoulder to right knee, knuckles to the sky. Come on back up, hands up for warrior one. Hands down, step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to the sky, left knee bent. Open the hip. Three-legged dog. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel down. Warrior one. Hands up, hips down. Cactus the arms. Drop the hands. Open the heart. Bow down. Humble warrior. Lower the hips. Get a little deeper. Come on back up. Hands reach up. Hands come down. Step back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. So now we should have the body warmed up with our warrior ones. Warrior ones. Our sun salutations A and B with the warrior one there at the end. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step or jump. That spot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Little bit deeper. Bend the knees. One more time with the breath. But then come on up for a little back yawn. And hands to heart. Hands drop to side. Mountain pose. Well done. So from here, we're going to bring our hands to our hips. First, before we go to the next step, make sure you do have a block at the top of your mat. Excellent. Now hands on hips. Bend the right knee and bring that heel toward the bottom. reach the right hand back, grab that foot, and then reach the left hand up. Now we're going to tip forward for dancer's pose. So this is basically what we did on all fours. Now we're doing it standing. Keep reaching those toes up. Left hand tips forward, holding, except then we're going to drop that left hand to that block you have ready. And potentially, you didn't drop the foot like I just did, you're going to open to the side. Again, we did this on all fours. There we go. So it's a variation of a bound half moon. See if you can reconnect with me. Maybe you're already there, then release that foot, release that hand, and come into a regular half moon. Look back at that hand. And we're going to step back to warrior two from there. I had another idea, but it was too much for me. Let's reverse that warrior. Nice stretch. Back to warrior two. We're going to see if we can reverse this. Back to half moon. Bend the knee. Woo. Grab the foot. Turn back down. And then see if you can come back to dancer. Mine was not graceful, nor very successful. And put the foot down and meet me in standing. But if we don't challenge ourselves and find new patterns, then we'll never know. Shake out the shoulders. Catch your breath. You know where you're going now, so make sure you have the block. I need it on this tallest side. And then we're going to go ahead and bend the left knee. Go ahead and grab that foot. Reach the right hand up. No, even just balancing here and holding a foot is enough. If you can, go ahead and tip forward. For dancer's pose, opening the heart. Then gently drop your hand to the block and turn so your hips face the wall. Opening your heart. Release that foot, left hand up. Left foot back. Half moon. Step back, warrior two. Bending into that right knee. Look over that right middle finger. Humble warrior. Not humble warrior, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior, right hand up and over. Back to warrior two. Kick up to half moon. Left hand up, left foot back. And bend that left foot. See if your left hand can find that foot. Open the heart. Turning back. And coming up. Ooh, almost. And of course you'll find one leg is always stronger than the other on these balancing. So that was a lot. Come back to mountain pose. Shake out your arms. Let's go ahead and reach our hands to our lower back and put your fingertips straight down as if you're putting them in your back pockets. Pull your elbows toward each other. And then a gentle back bend as you push your hips forward with your palms and look up at the sky. Maybe you reach a little further back because we got that back bending happening now. But the hips and thighs move forward to create that space. Come on back up. Shake out the arms. I forgot to to wear my watch today, so I don't have a good sense of time. So we pause here in mountain pose. That's time. And we're exactly halfway. Beautiful. At the top of your mat, again, let's reach both hands up. And then forward fold. We're going to hold this forward fold. So bend your knees and hook your peace fingers around your big toes. Elbows are going to flare out as you bring your head down. So forward fold helps release all that back bending we just did. So we're going to hold this and hold this and let the weight of the head stretch out the spaces between those vertebrae again. And see what feels right. Maybe the hanging is best. Maybe you like just a slight tug. But don't, you just want to feel that of that perfect stretch. Inhale halfway in. Exhale, hands to the mat. And we're going to lower our hips and reach our heels up. As we come into balancing on the balls of our feet, bring our hands to our heart. Stretching out the bottom of the feet while at the same time strengthening them. Hold here. And then we're going to reach hips back and bring the heels down as the hands reach forward. Let the knees splay a little and drop the head and walk the fingertips forward. Big stretch here. Also opening the upper back. Palms resting lightly on the floor. And lift. Come back up on the balls of the feet. Pull your hands toward you, bend the elbows. See how high you can get your knees on the back of your upper arms. And then tipping forward, we'll go into crow. Again, you can stay just on your tippy toes or lift one foot or the other or both feet as you reach those heels toward the hips. Pulling belly towards spine. You can lower and do it again. And down, and then come all the way to seated. I realize many days I don't get to enough seated poses or floor poses, so today I'm going to attempt to do a better job of that. We're going to start all the way on our back, just because I want to do a little more counter posing to that back bending. So roll to your back. And I'm going to invite a few different poses. You can do legs up the wall. Palms are on the earth. You bow your hips. Your heels are reaching to the skies and the toes reach back toward your nose. But you can also do plow pose here. So if you know it and are comfortable with it, pull your knees toward your nose and then let your feet reach over your head. Again, counteracting all that back bending. Then you can bend your elbows and reach into your lower back and come into shoulder stand. Pushing into the back of your head, the back of your forearm or upper arms and your shoulder blades, so your neck is not touching the floor. Keep reaching up with your toes, stacking ankles over knees over hips. Chin and nose reach slightly up. Then again, letting the toes come over the head again for plow. Bending the knee slightly or deeply for an ear hugging pose. And then slowly rolling down. Ending here with bent knees and rocking and rolling. Now grab behind your legs and we're gonna roll up, but I'm gonna do 3 to 4 rolls here so you really massage that whole spine, tailbone to shoulder blades, and then come back up to seated. Now we'll do those seated poses. Go ahead and stretch your heels out, making that L shape. Pull your toes toward your nose, put your palms right here next to your sits bones, pushing down on the earth. Shoulder blades naturally roll down and back. Chin drops, and we lift those heels by engaging the calves and the quads. All the muscles of the legs. Drop the heels. Bring your thumbs up to the creases of your hips, and then just slowly push those hands forward down your legs. Keep your chin and chest lifting. See how far they go. And once you're there, then go ahead and drop the head and the shoulders, coming into your variation of forward fold, meaning today's. Knowing it's perfect just how it is. And if it feels better to bend the knees a little, feel free. If you sink a little deeper, that's fine. If you need to back out a little, that's fine. And then we're going to hold this forward fold. Letting the shoulders relax and drop. Letting the muscles of the face relax. Then lifting the head, the chest, and slowly sliding those hands all the way back up so those thumbs are back to the creases, and then touch the earth. Well done. Bring that right knee up. And we're going to go ahead and reach that right hand up. We haven't done any twists, but here we go. Well, we have a little bit by doing some of those back openings. But let that right hand come behind you. This left hand is squeezing thigh to belly, and then if possible, you can go ahead and turn a little bit further, hugging that thigh to the belly. The left toes lift, and you look over that right shoulder. Slowly untwist. This time, keeping that right leg bent, we're going to slide this right shoulder right next to the right knee like we did in Humble Warrior. Maybe this can even come in front of it. You can stretch this right arm out to the side, bring it around to the back, and clasp your left wrist with your right hand. And then forward fold over this left leg. Now if the bind is not in your reach today, it is absolutely fine to grab fingertips or use a towel behind your back, or say not today and just bring both hands along this left leg to forward fold. So bound or unbound, slowly come on back up and unbind. Drop that right knee out. And instead of doing tree pose, we're going to go straight to the second variation of this pose where we lift our hips and shift forward so we sit on the heel. The toes are pointing forward under this left thigh. This right knee still points out and we forward fold, sitting on our foot. Now again, if that's not in your wheelhouse today, you can go back to tree pose. Slowly come on back up, shift back off your heel, lift this foot, and if possible, we're going to put that leg into half lotus, so the blade of the pinky toe side of the foot goes in the hip crease. And again, we can bind by reaching our right hand out, palm faces the back wall, bring it around our lower back and see if it can Scooby around and grab that big toe. Opens that shoulder. And then forward fold, bringing the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Or again, different variations. Bring both hands to the left foot, staying in half lotus. Or again, go back to that tree pose. Go ahead and come on back up. Go ahead and bring that knee up. Give it a kiss and thank it before you stretch it back out. And then we'll bend up this left knee. Left knee to the sky, heel bone by the sits bones, little space between thigh and ankle. We reach left hand straight forward, up and around and place it behind us. And then we hug left thigh to belly as we look to the left, or maybe even behind us, finding the twist. Crown of the head keeps lifting, right toe to the sky. Slowly untwist. Slide this left shoulder in front of the left knee or beside it. Reach left hand out and around. Again, if you're binding it, left hand can grab right wrist or fingers, chin and nose reach forward, and then forward fold over this right leg. Again, you can always reach for the foot instead of the bind. Come on back up, release the bind. Then we're going to drop the left knee out, but we're going to lift our hips and sit on this heel now. Our right toe still point out, the left knee out, and forward fold over the right leg. Belly's reaching for right thigh, nose and chin are reaching toward shin. Nose toward toes, chin toward shin. Come on back up, shift the weight back off the heel. Lift this left foot. Again, pinky toe blade of the foot in the right hip crease. Lift the crown of the head. And if you want the bind, left hand comes out and and we forward fold. Bind or unbind, the option is yours. One more breath, sink deeply, and then come on back up, unbind, and thank the left knee. Thank you, left knee. Bring the right knee up this time to meet the left knee, and then drop both knees out for cobbler pose. Looks like butterfly wings. Soles of the feet together. Let's interlace the fingers and hook the feet and pull those shoulder blades down as we lift through the crown. So there's like this tugging going on. Knees open out. Coming back to that breath over and over, body sensation. Maybe you need to wiggle the neck like I do right here. Feels good. Keep holding. And then let's release those fingers and close the book. And we'll come back to our backs again. Let's cactus the arms and bring the edges of our feet to the edges of the mat. Sometimes I like to grab the edges of the mat between my thumb and my first finger as my arms are cactused. And then I'm going to drop knees to the right and hold. Winding down our breath practice. The windshield wiper now to the opposite side, to the left. Coming back center, both knees point up, bring the heels by the sits bone, release, holding the mat and the cactus arms, and bring the hands back down by your sides, palm down by your heels. Maybe you even grab your heels as you slowly push up with your hip bones and your belly button into bridge. Holding here, pushing into the back of the arms and the soles of the feet and the back of the head as you lift, lift, lift. And slowly lower. And I would be remiss after all that back bending not to offer you a wheel or back bend. Bring your fingertips by your shoulder blades. Elbows point straight to the sky. Forearms are parallel. Feet up, hip width, or maybe a tiny bit further than hip width apart. Pushing into the palms and the soles of the feet. We lift the hips and belly button to the sky again. Coming into back bend. And slowly lower. After 3 to 5 breaths, grab your knees and rock side to side. If you want to do that again, or bridge again, go right ahead. And if you're like Meet me here, rocking and rolling, releasing that stretch, squeezing it in. Let's go to happy baby. Soles of the feet to the sky, rock and roll. Ankle circles. And then let's grab our big toes. Kick out through the heels for a nice stretch here. Pushing the whole of our back flat into the mat. Bringing the feet together, legs long. If you can still hold on to your toes, go ahead or bend the knees. Little tug here for the last stretches of the back of the legs, back, counteracting that back bending. And then bend the knees, lift your head, wrap your arms around your knees, squeeze tight, big hug. Hold it tight. And then relax all the way into Shavasana. Relaxing the back body into the mat. Noticing the weight of the arms and the legs melting into the mat. Noticing the whole length of the spine. Relaxing the muscles of the face, the shoulders. Relax your fingers and your toes. Sense the vibration in your palms. And come back to that breath. This breath, the senses are such extroverts. Always seeking, always vigilant. Invite them to rest in your center and focus inside for a while. Gather your wandering thoughts the way a shepherd might search for lost sheep and bring them home. Breathe in peace and breathe out peace. The flow of breath connecting to your essence. Whether you feel distracted or serene, the peace that passes understanding is right here, in the midst of your experience. Rest for your time, your only task to witness what it is to be alive, this breath, this streaming energy, this precious present moment opening wide. You rest here in Shavasana, and I'll mind the time. from this place of peace and stillness. Bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Feeling the rise and fall of this breath and the next. Coming back to that intention you set for yourself. And stretching your hands over your head. Give yourself a big yawn as you roll over to your right side, resting your head on your upper arm, your knees slightly bent. And here on your right side, pause for some gratitude as we move into the month of November, where everyone's talking about it. That's okay, we don't mind. We've been talking about it all year, and it's just as important. Noticing the things to be grateful for. Noticing what's going well. Looking for the good, the beauty, the moments, the laughter, the smiles. Those tiny flickers. See if you can breathe them in, holding them in your heart. Then pushing yourself up to that seated position we started with. This time we bring our hands to our heart. Drop your chin. We'll take 3 breaths again together. This time I invite you on the exhale to make some noise. We inhale and exhale. It can be an ooh, an oh, an om, aha, whatever it is. A little chuckle. One more. That light, that spirit in me honors that in every single one of you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for spreading love and kindness throughout your day. And until we see each other again, namaste.